So we are back again with another video, and today we are going to be looking at three potential centre mid options. I'm not sure when you're going to see this video. I'm still working out the scheduling for all the other ones that I'm going to do, but this is the one for the centre mid position, essentially the partner for Thomas Partey. This is what this video is going to be about. I've got three potential names I'm going to look at. And this is I'm re-recording this video because the last one I did had Boubakary Samari in it, but obviously he's now gone to Leicester City. So to replace him, as you can see on the screen now, is Edouard Camavinga. Now, Camavinga, he's on the bottom of the list. This is like 3-2-1, as you've seen in the other videos. But with Edouard Camavinga, I'm not overly convinced because, yes, he's had a lot of attention from clubs like Manchester United, Real Madrid, Barcelona, big clubs interested in him. And the prices like 1 or 2 years ago were about 50 odd million pounds. I don't think in any world he's worth 50 million pounds, by the way. And I think he's about 17, 18 years old. I think 17, 18, 19, something along them lines. Very young midfielder. And he has been linked with Arsenal quite heavily, and some reports are suggesting that he is higher up the list in terms of a centre mid we're going to sign ahead of the likes of Yves Bissouma, which is quite surprising to me actually, because when we have such a good option in Yves Bissouma, which we'll get onto in a second, that's going to be my number one option. Sorry to spoil, but Camavinga, he's playing for quite a poor team over there in France. Rennes aren't exactly the best team in that league. The best team this season was obviously Lille, and that's why Samari is going to Leicester City. I think if I had to choose between Samari or Samari or Camavinga, I'd probably have to be Samari because he's won the league. But if you look at where Rennes have actually finished, I'm just looking at the league table and I'm just bringing it up. But yeah, just before I can bring this up, I just want to say that how much would he cost? Would he cost more than a Bissouma? Would he cost the same amount as Bissouma? I'm not too sure. And is that something worth doing? Looking at it's a tricky one for me. And I don't. Is that going to be a good option for us? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below about Edouard Camavinga, because I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I've watched him a lot. I haven't. But the sort of clubs that have been linked with him, the sort of hype that has been put on this player is quite a lot, and I don't think it's worth the risk for the amount of money we're going to spend for him, because when you have a good option, like I said, in the league, like my other two options are options in the league, then you would suggest that, why don't you go in for that option? But Rennes did finish 6th in Liga. Again, Liga, not the most best league in the world, and I know Rennes don't have a great team. But yeah, that's just my choice. Edouard Camavinga. Is it Eduardo Camavinga? I don't even know. But Camavinga, he's going to go on my third position. So moving on to my number 2 spot is a surprising one, but Thomas Souček. Some may be surprised by this, but for me, he is a top dollar centre mid, and he would be the perfect for me, even better than Bissouma he would be. Souček, and he's such a tall midfielder. We don't have a lot of that. Thomas Partey isn't the tallest, and he can win headers. And what other player in our team other than Gabriel can really head a ball? Not really anyone, really. Just on top of my head, I can't really think. Aubameyang the odd time, maybe Lacazette, but it's not consistent with them. But this guy, he gets you goals from midfield, which is why I think we have to go in for someone like Souček. And he's proven himself in the league. Like, physically, he's come from the Czech Republic, from Slavia Prague, who we did play. And someone like Souček has been, really good for them. Then he's come to West Ham on loan, and then he signed on a permanent deal. Last season, it was a bit iffy from getting started in the league. But this season, as West Ham have done so good, they finished 5th or 6th. Yeah, they finished 6th, didn't they? And he's been very vital to that. And he scored, I think, 7-8 goals this season for them. And he's playing at a much higher level than Yves Bissouma, because Brighton were pretty much in a relegation battle most of the season, and someone like Souček has been in a European battle. Now, would he leave West Ham for Arsenal? Probably not at the moment, because they're playing Europa League, and we're not. We're no Europe for us. But again, if you put the money on the table for someone like a Souček, they will come. You know, if you put the money on the table for players like this, you will get the best out of them. And I think Thomas Souček would, for me, be the ideal. But is it realistic? When are we gonna are we gonna really get linked to him? You know, you got all those questions about him, and he's got 13 goals this season. I've just looked at in his time in the Premier League. I think 7, 8 of them have come here. Only one assist though, so he's more of a goal scoring midfielder. But again, if we get someone like Odegaard or Smith Rowe in front of him, or even a Grealish, they can create and he can do the goal scoring from midfield, be that box to box, because we do need that. Because I think Thomas Partey is more of a holding midfielder for me. I think he'd work better in that sort of aspect. But that's my choice. Thomas Souček. And then the next one, I've already referred to him quite a few times already, and that is Yves Bissouma. Now, Yves Bissouma for me is probably the perfect, most idealistic, most realistic option we can bring in this summer for us, because someone like, as I said, Souček, would he really come to us because he's got Europe and we don't? Someone like Camavinga, again, the price may be too high. I think 40-45 million is probably what we'd have to pay to get Camavinga. Not for me. But someone like Yves Bissouma would cost around 30 to 35. He's playing for Brighton at the moment. We're in a relegation battle, so I think he would look at Arsenal maybe as a step up. Maybe because Arsenal will be challenging for Europe, but not going to be in Europe, which again could be a bummer for him if the likes of Liverpool are interested in him as well. That's the only real other team I've seen out there that have been interested in Yves Bissouma. But I do think he's going to be a top option for us. And I think he's probably one of the better options we can get in that midfield next to Thomas Partey. And they're both similar players, but they can both do opposite roles, so they can complement each other. I think that's the best way you can put that potential partnership of Partey and Bissouma together. And I think if Arteta can somehow get the best out of both of them, we could potentially have one of the best midfielders in the league. I know that's a big stretch, but Thomas Partey is a world-class midfielder. Yes, the season hasn't been his top season, but he is a world-class midfielder. And Yves Bissouma, stick him next to him, and he has the attributes to grow into the top midfielder role. And yeah, his valuation on transfer market, I saw it's quite low. It's about 15 million. But again, when you need to get the top player, which is him in this case, that's the sort of level of player we need to get. You'll have to pay top dollar, which is in this case £30 million. And for me, this is probably a good option. But that is it for our three options. Third option was Camavinga. Second one was Souček, and this first one is Yves Bissouma. A lot of them have been talked about as being very good players, but which one will you sign? Is there any other options you would consider for this spot? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I think personally I'd sign Bissouma. I think this order is probably perfect for this, and that's what I'm going to go with. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.